Just how big do you think this Cyber Monday will be?
Yeah, actually, what's really great is this, as you said, is going to be the biggest Cyber Monday on record. We also think this is going to be the biggest holiday season on record, with consumers spending 10% more this year than they did last year, and the majority of that growth is going to be online.
So why?
Yeah. Retailers have done a great job of taking the friction out of the system and really empowering the consumer through technology, and we're seeing that as a tool that's making a difference. The other thing we're seeing is all the economic indicators are in place for this to be a great holiday.
Interestingly, Amazon is taking an even larger share of consumer spending. Talk to us about what trends you're seeing with regard to Amazon versus more traditional retailers, and interestingly, in clothing and apparel, of all things.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Amazon takes about 90% of the share from all consumers. So 9 out of 10 consumers told us they shop at Amazon. 40% of those consumers say because of their relationship with Amazon, they're shopping at fewer retailers. And 20% of them say because of their relationship with Amazon, they're shopping at fewer e-commerce websites.
David, Amazon is now making its own clothing. It has its own fashion lines. I mean, do you think Walmart, of course, as we've talked about, bought Jet.com, do you think that there's any way any other company can tip the scales versus Amazon next year, this time?
Tip the scales? No. I think Amazon's lead in e-commerce is so formidable that there's no way even Walmart can really significantly dent its lead, although obviously in buying Jet, Walmart seriously wants to do that. I do think there's always a counter reaction to everything. One of the most interesting statistics I saw in the PwC report was that 56% of consumers seek out independent retailers. So I think now ordinary shoppers are starting to realize that these monoliths are starting to really hurt their local community stores, and they want to help them. And that's interesting, and that could be a big trend down the road.
Last year, Steve, warm weather across the country led to underwhelming clothing sales, especially when it came to warm weather clothing. How are retailers changing up their strategies this year?
Yeah, they're much leaner with their inventory levels, but the great news is I just saw a weather forecast before I came on today, and the weather's finally breaking on the east, and we're going to see some cool weather, and hopefully that leads to the sweater sales that we're all looking for.
Let's talk about the sales. What trends will we see in Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals? Because it seems as a consumer, the deals are happening all week long. I mean, I just got one today for 50% off, and you can't really go much lower.
Yeah, Black Friday really has become Black November, and the retailers are issuing deals throughout the season. So we've really seen a blurring, and there just are great deals all of the time.
So will there be great deals over the next few days?
There will be great deals.
So when should we buy? Should we buy now? Should we wait 3 days?
When you see a deal, go buy it, and the retailers are ready, especially because they need to compete with Amazon, and they need to get those deals out now, and the consumers are ready to buy.
David, as you can see, I'm very concerned with my shopping strategy.
I wanted to tell Steve that he should know that you're actually asking for yourself. So, yeah.
So, Steve, talk to us a little bit about mobile. You know, obviously, this is an area that companies like Facebook and Instagram have been trying to break through with in-app purchases. Is that going to really drive much traffic?
It is going to drive traffic. 25% of all digital sales are going to be on mobile devices this year. And so, or all e-commerce sales are going to be on mobile devices this year. And retailers have done a fantastic job of making the ease of the transaction so easy on the consumer that they're really going to just do a great job and complete the deal.
Last question, David. Does it surprise you at all that, you know, after a fairly surprise election, that this year would be the biggest year of spending ever, if indeed it is?
Well, there are a lot of things that don't always add up in today's political and economic environment. The economy's, by all evidence, doing really well. So, no, it doesn't surprise me. There is a lot of optimism about our individual lives, even though we may seem to have a lot of pessimism about who our leaders are. So, no, it doesn't surprise me, but I think, you know, we're in a very strange time with a lot of things that are hard to understand. Let's just put it that way.